Hey everyone, it's your girl, the Melanated Minimalist, Lisa. I just wanted to share a few things that I've been thinking. I've seen a lot of people posting about giving up on the American dream, or just giving up on, I guess, whatever they were after. And most people I'm learning more and more about have been after the almighty dollar. Getting up every day, going to work, working really hard in a business or company or what have you, and then feeling like they're not being fulfilled. Now, during this time that we had that time off, and I won't say it because I don't want to get blocked. During that time off that God gave us time off for those 2 years, many people started finding that they were not fulfilled, whether it be in their relationships, whether it be in their jobs, careers, or whatever. Even some people, attending school say, what's the point? I don't even want to do this anymore. So we are learning more and more that people are giving up. Now, I say, unless you were born with a silver spoon or a gold spoon or something in your mouth, where you had, a inheritance given to you or a trust fund set up for you, you must put in some type of work. Now, it may not be hard, laborious, using your hands. It may be using your IP, your intellectual property, or whatever. But even me as a content creator and influencer, I have to constantly think of things to say and share. So you're going to have to put in work somewhere. So the idea of just giving up, I don't think that's ideal. I do know that the Bible speaks about, let a lazy man cannot acquire much. Basically, you can't just wish and pray that you hit the lottery, because that's even biblical. You don't chase unforeseen riches, because he doesn't want us to just hope and pray and wish we get some money to just come down from the sky. I think there is a lot to say about how your intellect, your mind can do a lot. Like even right now, I'm not looking directly at the camera. Even right now, as I'm going to the job, I'm able to just make a quick video to share and put it on, on this YouTube, right? So that's an intellectual property. That's my mind using, my voice, my speaking, whatever. However, you got to realize that a lot of people are afraid to do it. A lot of people are afraid to just say, hey, I'm going to try to use something else other than me just checking in to my 9 to 5. Now, I'm a book reader. I love reading books. I love listening to commentaries, podcasts. So I'm always trying to expand my mind, right? And I eventually will be writing for other people as a ghostwriter. So I look at anything, any way that I can do things to make my life a little easier. Right now, I'm working inside of a restaurant, and that's not my dream, but it pays, quote unquote, the bills. But not only that, it also gave me flexibility, and I don't have to think too hard where I work. The thing about, sometimes working and all that jazz is that you may be in a position where you always got to think. And so you don't really have time to really manifest your pure dreams. Like some of you guys really want to open up your own boutique, or you want to open up, you want to go into real estate, or you want to, study stocks. But by the time you get home or what have you, you're already tired. Your mind's tired. Your body's tired. You don't want to even do anything. And sometimes you guys, if you have children, you neglect your children because you're so mentally exhausted from your job. That is not how God designed it. I don't believe it, and I will never co-sign that God designed it for us to be so tired in our issues, in our careers, that we totally don't get it, that we totally don't understand that God is a God of redemption. And God will redeem our time once we set it up that we want to be redeemed, right? You got to know that God is a God of redemption, and that you have to make a decision of how you want to live. Now, for me, I chose to work a little bit, but while I'm doing that, I'm planning on other things that I want to do in my life, and I'll share more about it, as we continue this podcast, continue this YouTube vlogging. I'm sorry, but it's a major thing to know that you just can't just give up. You got to have things set up. God wants us to be people that truly, truly have a plan. You just can't spontaneously say, I'm going to quit my job. Now, you could. And you could say, well, I'm going to just, go on faith and walk on water and all that stuff. And I somehow did that a little bit. But I did have some money saved up in my account when I did leave my job in 2013 in my career in case management. And I haven't went back to case management since I left in July of 2013. And here it is, 2022. We went through a major 2-year break that God gave us, right? And I'm still out here in these quote unquote streets. But I'm not going to just say I'm going to give up and just quit, whatever. My whole goal is to use my intellectual property to help someone else, to heal someone else, to encourage someone else. Any of those things that I can personally do to help more people. That's why I say you just can't just give up. Now, there are people who want to sleep in their vans, sleep in their cars. There's nothing wrong with that. I think whatever you enjoy doing, you should do it. I do think that some people just kind of do this because everybody else is doing it. You got to really think things through. I thought about being a van dweller, and I was like, wait a minute. I don't even like to, I like to be in nice, clean places. Not to say my van wouldn't, because I think it would be amazing. But I had to go through and say, do I really want to quit life like that? And see, when I started doing research again on just people quitting, a lot of times they're not connected to the source. And I call my source God. You may not. But you know, your family, your spiritual connection, your church, your the different things you may do in the community. When you're connected like that, it's a different level. Some people just want to disconnect, period. And that's what I'm finding more and more people are doing. So if you hear me talking a lot about this message about just quitting, whatever, the reason I'm saying this is because so many people have made a decision that they're just tired of life and they want to give up and they want to quit and they don't want to do nothing else. But I want to live a certain type of life. I want to have nice things. I want to be able to travel. I want to take my grandson traveling, doing things with him. I want to be able to provide things, just bonuses to my mother, just because it's my mom. Although she is married and she's well taken care of, just certain things you want to do with your family, right? So I say that to everybody and to anybody, that we got to make a decision of how we really want to live, how we really want to do life. And if you want to just check out, that's up to you. Just check out. Now, I personally, I'm not going to, be able to do that. But I see that a lot of people are living like in their cars. Like I said before, it is a personal choice how you decide to check out. Okay. My checkout is I don't want a lot of, chaos around me. I don't like people going back and forth over material things around me. I don't like people to be arguing. I don't like to be disagreement with people. I don't like all that. I don't like a lot of chaos. Back in the day when I was younger, sometimes I didn't really understand how that would affect me, but it affects you so much. So my goal right now in my journey, in my life, is to always live a life that's of peace. I want to be joyful. I want to be kind. I want to have true happiness. And whatever that looks like, right? I will seek those things. I know through Yahweh or God, He's a provider. He will give me all the things I need. The thing I want to just share with you is don't get caught up in doing what everyone else is doing. Make sure you're connected to a source. Make sure you made this thing, you thought about it, you prayed about it. If you're a prayer, that this is what I want to live. This is how I want to live. You got to make a decision how you want to live. Do you want to always hustle? Do you always want to hustle? Do you always want to be ripping and running, try to jump in your car and get to work? Do you want to have a career that fulfills you? Some people love their careers. There's nothing wrong with that. But you, yes, you must make a decision of how you want to truly live and live it. And don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Worry about what you're doing. Making sure you feel confident, encouraged, and that you're proud when you leave whatever thing you're doing and that it provides your livelihood. Don't be a broke person walk around begging for money or asking people for donations and all that all the time. You got to be respectful of you. And that means you make a decision how you want to live. Don't just give up. Have a plan of action and do just that. It's your girl, Lisathemelanatedminimalist, the Melanated Minimalist, coming to you because it is a beautiful day to go after all of your dreams.